Hello, my fellow goats. It's been a while. Yep, it's been about over a week now. Sorry I haven't come out with an episode recently. Just been busy with things, life, work, people. I've made a lot of changes in my life recently. I believe they're good changes. Just changes in people who I hang out with, my behavior, things like that. Mindset has changed, so we're trying to continually improve our lives. And today, also, I wanted to put announcements here because just so they don't get muddled at the end. If you guys want me to start a gaming channel, I'm down. There's a lot of games that I play. However, I'm more old school, and I do like PS2 games and like PS1 games, PS3, Xbox 360. I'm very old school. I do have some Steam games on PC though. I mean, I'm down. Once I get money, I'm down to play. We're down to rock out. We're down to say some slurs over the mic. Let's go. I know. No, I'm down though. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. So you guys want me to start a gaming channel? Let me know in the comments below, and I'd be sick. I would be sick to start it. You know, it's funny that I'm saying I'd be sick because that's exactly the topic of today. I'm not sick, but I wanted to talk today about. I just got it like out of the blue yesterday. I was like, love is a sickness, and I heard that from somewhere, and I knew I did because that's one of Shakespeare's sonnets. Is my fever, my love. My love is like an illness, longing still. I remember that first line back in, I think 11th grade, high school. And I don't remember the rest. I didn't remember the rest of the poem. But when I read it again, because I recently this past week, I got a collection of Shakespeare sonnets and poems. I like to read. I just like to read books. And that one came up, and I found it, and I was like, wow. And I read the whole thing. Completely, it's a masterpiece. It's a glorious masterpiece. So I wanted to read the sonnet first, and then go into how we view love. I don't have any remedies or advice for it. It's just what I see, how I see our culture and the world sees love. So let's get right in. So this is the one I'll be reading from today. This is. I'll hold this up to the camera so y'all can see. That's the Folger Shakespeare Library's version. It has like 600 something pages. Yeah, got this for like $10 to $15, easy. Super nice. Has the explanations and everything, but if you kind of understand Old English and what he's saying and his phrases, you don't really need it too much. It helps though. Not gonna lie. So Sonnet 147. It starts out like this. My love is as a fever, longing still, for that which longer nurseth the disease, feeding on that which doth preserve the ill, the uncertain sickly appetite to please. My reason, the physician to my love, angry that his prescriptions are not kept, hath left me, and I desperate now approve, desire is death, which physique did accept. Past cure I am, now reason is past care, and, frantic mad with evermore unrest, my thoughts and my discourse, as madmen's are, at random from the truth vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair, and thought thee bright, who art as black as hell, as dark as night. You have to take into consideration, this is like the late 1500s going into 1600s. Nobody wrote like this. Not many people wrote like this, like very few. This is a genius in the way he expresses love. And it does say in the synopsis of it, the poet describes his love for the lady as a desperate sickness. Sounds like a lot of our culture today. It does sound like a lot of our culture today. We obsess over having someone. We obsess over having the perfect one. That's even worse. See, at least Shakespeare could admit, I thought you were great, but now I know that you're black as hell, dark as night. But we can't even admit that nowadays. We think because of the honeymoon effect that she or he is perfect, and that's far from it. Far from the truth. We need to position our eyes better in realism to reality. There's just no other way to say it. It is impossible to go through this life thinking that whether it could be someone, you could love something, whatever it may be, to think that that's healthy that you love it to the point where it creates an obsession. Because it eventually becomes an illness. Because the only thing that's making you live is the thing that's killing you, essentially, which is paradoxical when you think about it. It doesn't make sense. How can the only thing that gives your life meaning is killing you slowly? Well, that's what sickness is. The definition of a sick man, an ill man, someone who's not feeling well, like a general person who is sick, the definition of being a sick person is the identity of that which is killing the person or harming the person. And that's the same way Shakespeare is talking about love. If we focus on love so much, and the object of our love, more than we should ourselves and the other multitudinous things that live around us and exist in our life, then we've not only grown shallow, but we've grown with tunnel vision. We can't seem to see anything around us except the thing that which we are focused on. And that's killer, man. It kills you. And it's not long term. Like this, you cannot hold this out for long term. If you think you can, you're going to destroy yourself in the end. You will cause yourself great suffering trying to do so. But then again, we romanticize it, and it can be romanticized, and in some ways, it is. If a husband or a wife or a boyfriend or a girlfriend is always doting on the other at all times, anywhere, everywhere, all at once, it's not a reference, by the way. No pun intended on the movie, but it's a good phrase. If he or she does that, then and is in a loving relationship where they not only depend on each other, but they really do care for each other, that's great. The problem is when we start to forget who the other person really is, who the object really is. It wasn't made for you, It's not like the object itself, that's what you're going to latch on for the rest of your life. I find it very hard to believe that someone is tailor-made for you. That's personally my opinion. I know many people are going to disagree with this, but I never agreed with that. It's very, not only is it incredibly rare, but it's also highly improbable that someone is made for you. That something is made for you. And that's why obsessions exist, because people think people are made for them. That this is literally perfect. Perfect meaning two puzzle pieces coming together with no fault. That's not how it works. But if we dig deeper, let's look at some of the language used here. And I like to do analyses. So I'm down with, if you want more content, like when I'm reading books and analyzing certain texts and chapters or poems, let me know, because I'm not a guru on it, but I've written a book of poems, and I love poetry, and I love literature. So when Shakespeare says, "My love is as a fever longing still," still means like constantly, incessantly, longing still. It never ends. See, that's the problem. It's hard for people to break out of the cycle when they do love someone, like a sickness, like the viral agent that needs the host to survive. And both parties are like that. One is letting them kill them and not doing anything by taking the viral agent out of them, meaning removing them from their lives because it's safe for them, removing the obsessor from their lives. And the obsessor cannot let go of the host because it needs it to survive. At least that's what it thinks. It's just a whole toxic scenario. And it's cyclical too. That's why Shakespeare says incessantly. incessantly, constantly, longing still. You know? For that which longer nurseth the disease. Longer nurseth, like prolonging. Like to extend the disease. You know, my love is as a fever longing still. For that which longer nurseth the disease. It protrudes into time. It stretches into time, into the beyond. Because it keeps nursing the disease. It really does. The love for the disease. The love for the disease that but you might not even know you have prolongs it. That's why we need to know when to love and when to back off a little bit and realize that, oh no, what I'm playing with is not love. It's obsession. It's materialism at the end of the day. Material either for something or someone, you know. Chasing a ghost that doesn't even exist, you know. Feeding on that which doth preserve the ill. So feeding for that which longer nurses the disease, and the disease is feeding on that which doth preserve the ill, meaning the sickness, you know. Yeah, it feeds on the disease feeds on the sickness. Oh, that's so beautifully written. Oh my gosh. The disease feeds on the sick. You would think disease causes the sickness. But it's so and it's so insightful and poetic to say that it feeds on it. As if it needs the symptoms to stay alive. Oh my gosh. Like the disease state in order to remain needs to have outward characteristics. Oh my gosh, like outward or characteristics in general doesn't even have to be outward, it could be inward, you know. The uncertain, sickly appetite to please. The like uncertain meaning like an uncertain, sickly appetite. You don't know it's the depths of its hunger. You know, you don't know the depths of the disease's hunger. You don't know. It's unreliable. It's uncertain, unbeknownst, you know. The uncertain, sickly appetite to please. Sickly appetite, I don't know. Sickly appetite. Let me read here. Huh. Well, the book says it's wordplay. The uncertain, sickly appetite to please. Like a sickly appetite. Or, you know, a sickly appetite back in those days would mean like vile. So like sexual, like a sexual appetite. So it means something that's like an unhealthy, you know. It kind of leads on to it, like an unhealthy will or desire for will and reason, right? An uncertain, sickly appetite to please. Not only does it ruin the disease state, it makes me carnal. Makes me want to have, you know, makes me want to have sex with the other person, or makes me want to be one with the thing that I'm not only obsessed with but worshiping. It goes even down that rabbit hole. It's crazy that probably none of you were thinking that I was going to say that, but yeah, it goes all the way down. At the end of the day, you want to be one. If you're obsessed with someone, in love with someone truly, and you've gone to your wit's end and are now in that obsessed state, you want to be one with them. That's the next step. That's the end all be all. But no one thinks about maintaining the oneness state. But everybody wants to be one. Everybody wants to find their one. Nobody admits it. Even I don't admit it. I say I don't want a girl, and I go out with a girl like every day, you know. Not every day. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that much of a player. Every other week or so. But yeah, that's amazing. Uncertain, sickly appetite to please, like a carnal desire. My reason, the physician to my love. That's amazing. That don't ever tell me that line isn't fire. My reason, like my prudence, like the prudence is one of the what's the opposite of the 7 deadly sins? Cardinal virtues. Prudence. My reason, the physician to my love. Physician meaning it's tending the illness. The love is remember the love is like an illness, longing still. The physician to my love, my reason. Angry that his prescriptions are not kept, meaning that why aren't you taking your medication? Where is the medication? You know, I can't find them. It's amazing. prescriptions, and it says prescriptions as instructions or restrictions on love, which love should always have instructions and restrictions. It's very bad to have love that is just bursting out, like out into the unknown. You don't know where it goes. You might as well. It's like letting a dog loose in a field of squirrels. It's just gonna cause chaos, man. This is mayhem, utter mayhem. And then it says, angry that his prescriptions are not kept. Hath left me, meaning my reason has left me, and I desperate now approve. Desire is death, which physique did accept. I don't know if it's physic or physique, but I think it could be physic because like as a physical body instead of like the study of physics, because I don't think that's what it means. It could be either physique did accept, meaning my bodily state, or my physic did accept, my physical body. Kind of the same thing. I mean, I'm probably reading wrong. There's some Shakespeare purist out there who's probably yelling through the screen right now, which is fine. You can do that all you want, man. Or woman. Doesn't matter. So hath left me, and I desperate now approve, like, and they say desperate, in despair, where I've given up as hopeless, like desperately in despair, desperate to act out of despair, and I desperate now approve desire is death, right? Like I want to die. Like because my reason cannot find its prescriptions to be the physician of my love, and now I want to die. That is crazy. Which physique did accept. Physique meaning like, it says physique, in other words, reason's medicine did accept. Desire's death, which physique did accept. And I guess the medicine is the physical form, in a sense. Because whatever affects the emotional affects the physical. And whatever affects the physical affects the emotional. It goes both ways. Let me see. Which physique did accept. Now, oh, by the way, I have to clarify that. Not A-C-C-E-P-T. I'm talking about E-X-C-E-P-T. Accept. You know. Which physique did accept. Protect again. Like you protest it. You object to it. Like you accept it. You know. It's an outlier. So, and I desperate now approve. Desire is death. Which physique did accept. Meaning, let me see this. The phrase which physique did accept describes reason's opposition to desire. That's great. I didn't even read that yet. Oh my god, because I never read the things. Okay. The phrase which physique did accept describes reason's, the physician to my love, opposition to desire, which means I want more. I want more of the illness, which with possible wordplay that allows which to refer to death, so that the phrase would also describe medicine's operation against death. And now I desperate approve death. And now I desperate approve death. He didn't want it before, but now he does. So it was all leading towards death. Even Shakespeare knew this long ago. Obsession and illness and love obsession and love acting as an illness only leads to death. There is no other road. There is no other like alleyway it could kind of cross or a street you could cut through. No. Death, bro. Exit 0. That's it. There's no way to get off. That is the final exit. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. But desire's death, which physique did accept, meaning which reason's medicine protested, which is, oh my god, I didn't even get that till now. With which I thought it as the physical body would throw away. Like I don't want the medication anymore. I just want the love. But it's more like which reason's medicine protested against. Which makes sense. Desire is death. And if death was the end-all be-all, which means that the physician was trying to, for the reason, which is the physician of love, try to inhibit death from occurring, not like to prevent death. And then now he says desire is death, which physique did accept. So physique is another word for medication. Which physique did accept, mean protest against. Which the medication never wanted to happen. And now he can't find the medication. His reason cannot find the medication to cure his love's illness. Oh my gosh. This is so brilliantly put. Like, it's wild. Okay. And in a sense, if physique did accept, meaning his body also protested against, in a sense. That I don't want the medic. You know, like it's a duality. If it's true, there's a duality there because the physique is the medication protested against death. And the physical body, I would assume that his physique also protested against death. but his emotions are winning at the base. His desire for love in this woman, in this case, it could be anything in your life, but his desire for this woman has led him to consume himself and disregard prescriptions and only want death. That's amazing. I'm flabbergasted by it. Okay, let's continue. Let's finish this up. Past cure I am, and now reason is past care. It's a solid line. I'm not gonna lie. That's really good. So past cure I am, and reason is past care. And I think it says here. I mean, you can get it. Like reason doesn't even care anymore. So past caring about my condition, no longer taking care of me. Excellent job, book. My reason is past care. Because he said the reason is my affliction to my love, angry that his prescriptions are not kept, reason is gone. So that's amazing. Past care I am, now reason is past care. Good how he ties that together. And frantic mad with evermore unrest. Evermore meaning like constant, unceasing unrest. My thoughts and my discourse as madmen's are. His discourse meaning like to have discourse with someone means speech, right? A conversation. So my thoughts and my conversation or my thoughts and my speech as madmen's are, at random from the truth vainly expressed. At random. So his thoughts and his discourse are appearing at random, like a madman would speak, right? From the truth. But it is the truth. He's speaking the truth of what he feels. Because this is happening. This is happening to him. And he's speaking how he feels, and what he feels, and he knows what he's feeling, that is the truth. But it's vainly expressed. It's all for naught. So it says here, at random, varying haphazardly, at random, vainly, senselessly, thoughtlessly expressed. That's actually a really good distinction there, is that you can speak the truth. You can utter words belonging to the truth, but it depends on your expression. Because if you're speaking the truth in a cohesive, concise manner, then people will accept it as the truth. But people will find it very confusing if you vainly express it in a very senselessly and thoughtless manner. And you may be speaking the truth, but it's wrapped in a very, very brittle and poor packaging. It's like a Christmas gift poorly wrapped. It may be great, but it doesn't look great from the start, from the first appearance. It doesn't. That's very, very well written. At random from the truth, so my thoughts and my discourse as madmen's are, at random from the truth vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair and thought thee bright. Meaning, I thought you were fair. I swore I could have thought you were fair and thought you were bright as light. Symbolizing that she's pure. The object of his obsession is pure. His illness is pure. Like the thing that's hurting him is actually helping him is pure. However, she's just not that. Not that at all. For I have sworn thee fair and thought thee bright, who art as black as hell, as dark as night. And you have fair, black, and dark. You have all these flips on each other, right? All these contrasts, right? And when you thought thee bright, it says here beautiful and splendid, right? And when someone is bright, and also in the biblical context, which they do also point out here, but I remember hearing about this. In the biblical context, the devil before he became the devil was an angel, and they said he was bright, he was beautiful, he was splendid. He had he was very handsome too. His appearance looked otherworldly. Well, he is an angel, obviously, but when they use the word bright, especially back in these times, they were very ingrained in scriptural text. So to him to compare this girl as I have sworn thee fair and thought thee bright, he's saying that I thought you were bright, but really you're just the devil. I thought you were the angel before the devil, but no, you are the devil himself. That's amazing. That's that secret little hidden meaning. It's chocked with detail, and I love that. So fair, black, dark, bright, beautiful, splendid, and I knew it would say this because I read a little bit of it, and I thought as soon as I saw the word, I'm like, okay, he's got to be referencing Lucifer before he became Satan. A word often associated with Lucifer, brightest of the angels, who when cast from heaven became Satan. Read it on your own time. Sonnet 147 by Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. But guys and gals, we have to get this right. And we keep coming to these realizations in life where, oh, I should have known that he or she wasn't it for me when they did this to me. There's always a bunch of red flags, and this is one giant one. But the fact that he accepted it and said, no, this is okay because the way I'm feeling, it can't be wrong. I find it hard to tell everyone this because, spoiler alert, did I just spoiler alert, can't even talk, oh my gosh. Your emotions are not true all the time. They can lie to you. In this case, he was expressing what he actually felt, and what he felt is true. No one can deny what you feel is true, but what it means isn't necessarily, and what it leads to isn't necessarily the truth. Your emotions are truth in and of themselves. They are truth. They exist, and whatever you feel, that is the truth of what you are feeling. When they say emotions can lie to you, emotions themselves are the truth. However, where they can lead and what they can well up inside you and the thoughts that they can give are not necessarily the truth. Because we are self-centered beings and we're prideful from the start. And we can make very rash decisions. So when it comes to this, I urge you all to recheck your lives and to think of things that you love that are becoming an illness and you don't even realize it. And you're letting this obsession grow and you don't even know that it's growing. You don't even know that you're planting a beanstalk that'll reach up to the skies, or in this case, down to hell. Because this thing that you're chasing, you may think of it as bright. Bright as the brightest angel. When really it's dark as the darkest devil. Devil himself. And I'll leave you guys with that. Because I think that's such a... It's not only is the text written so beautifully and so well, it's so well crafted, like a pottery class, and it's made so well. It's art, honestly. And sorry that I'm writing on Shakespeare a lot, that I'm pumping him up to the nth degree, but he's a great writer, and there's a reason why he's one of the greats. Because there you go, Exhibit A, and there's much more where that came from. But we need to be careful on what we obsess on, and we lose our reason. We lose our reason in it, because we start to throw away our reason, thinking that whatever this is going to bring will give me reason. I don't need reason. He or she is, or it is the source of it. My friend, no. Far from it. Far from it. We are chasing silhouettes in a society of real people. We really are. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you who to go out with, who not to. I'm just saying think about it. If you're doing one-night stands, you're hooking up with people, you're going for a short-term relationship, you're going for a long-term relationship, you're married, think of who you're with. Think how you are objectifying the other person, not sexually speaking, but in a very emotional way. How are you perceiving them? How do you behave around them? Is this indicative of an illness? Perhaps is it your job? Perhaps is it your finances? What are you so muddled about that is consuming your time and you don't even know it? Could it be your phone? Could it be doom scrolling? Could it be existential thoughts? Could it be suicidal thoughts? Could it be mental problems? Could it be your car if you're into vehicles? Could it be video games? Could it be cooking? Could it be cleaning? Could it be nagging on people and being very rude that you're just so preoccupied with that? What is becoming your illness? What are you starting to love that maybe you shouldn't? Because listen, it's beautiful the way Shakespeare wrote. Because that's a tragedy. That's a short tragedy written in a few lines. And tragedies sound very, very, very touching in words. But when you experience it, it's not. It hurts. It breaks you apart. And it ruins your soul. It makes your soul muddy. It makes your life just chaotic. And it causes the surrounding people to rethink what they originally thought about you, because they could see what happens to you. Whatever happens on the inside is immediately reflected on the outside, whether you like it or not, and people can notice. You can hide it all you want, but eventually someone will. So we need to focus on what is bringing and conducting our obsession. There is no other way around it. And for the fellas, watch out. And for the ladies, watch out even more. Because these guys are dangerous. And fellas, these girls are also dangerous. There are people out there, I don't think they're made for you. Don't get me wrong. Maybe you have another opinion. But they're definitely sent. Everybody has a specific place and a specific point in time. I don't think anybody was made for a specific other person. I just think that we're made for situations to occur. If you meet a girl in the club on a Friday night and she seems very willing to go out with you and have a great time, there's a reason why that happened. Don't lose track. Do not lose your thoughts. Do not lose your reason. Because once you lose your reason, it's hard to get back on the wagon, considering you don't even know what is the wagon anymore. That's all I got to say for tonight. I'm going to do this more often. I really like this stuff because I get to have more material when I talk about it. And if you guys want me to start the gaming channel or anything else, or you have any other things you would like me to cover, go for it. Comment down below. And you could buy my new book also below in the description, because I published it after 2 years of writing it, after 4 years of writing it initially, 2 years after finishing it. And it's a collage of poetry that I wrote in my college/university years. So a little something for you guys if you guys want to read or not. It's up to you. But I think we did great today, guys. I think that was really healthy, really good topic to talk about, because we need to create awareness on the subject. It really is, because people just blindly get into relationships. It is okay to be single. I'm single. You just walk through life like any other person. But I don't need a girl. I gotta work. I'm busy already. I don't need a girl right now. I don't need to be obsessed. And then again, I should also check if I'm being obsessed to anything else in my life. I gotta do some thinking on that. But I just want to share that with you guys, and hope you guys have a great week. Sorry it took so long, but I just was going through a lot at the moment. But we're back in the swing of things again, 2024, and let's keep this podcast going, man. Let's keep it. Not even a podcast. Let's just keep the channel going. Get different types of content in here, And I'll put some gaming stuff on here. The GOAT Sessions is not just meant for talking to a mic to people on a screen about philosophical concepts and ideas and stuff. I can do book reviews and literature dive-ins like this one. Like this one, I'll put probably in literature dive-ins. I'll put 2 playlists. They will be in the main episodes, and this will also be regarding literature. So I think that'll be nice. That'll be good. And we'll probably cover this at a later date too, because I want to make a whole series going through Shakespeare and going through certain poems. So that's what I want to do. But we got good things coming up. Good things. I made a calendar, baby. I made a calendar. I'm scheduling everything at this point. But yeah. Also, guys, hold up before we leave. Admire the fit. Admire the fit. I know the belt's a little low, but it's been a long day. The black with the burgundy, the brown belt with a little gold here, gold cross chain. If I take the hair out, it's like that. It's good. And then the boots. It's good. Good fit today. We should do a fit check every video. I think that's what we need to do. And there's gonna be some videos where I look piss poor, man. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Have a good night or have a good day wherever you are in the world. Stay frosty. Jam out. Live a good life. And take all this into consideration and apply it. And then spread it. Spread it to other people. Spread awareness. Let's try to make the world a better place, you know, for everyone and for the generations after, even too. Have a good night, guys. Have a good day. I don't know how to end it. I'm sorry. I'm bad at ending. Ciao, my fellow goats. Ciao.